Master Chief is set to finally finish the fight through development hell. That's right, the Halo TV series has been in the making for a long time, and now it will finally debut on March 24th, 2022 on streaming service Paramount+. The show's path to release is just as storied, treacherous, and difficult as one of Master Chief's epic battles against the Covenant, so we're going to recap the entire timeline of how Halo made its way to TV. It's a story with many false starts, creative changes, and involves filmmaking legend Steven Spielberg.
And I'm incredibly excited about the great journey we're all on, the heroes, worlds, and wonders that Halo will take us on.
Let's turn back the clock to May 21st, 2013. When it was revealed that the Oscar-winning director behind E.T., Indiana Jones, and many more,
you're gonna need a bigger boat,
Steven Spielberg, would be spearheading development of the first ever Halo TV series as executive producer with his production company, Amblin Television. The director made an appearance during Microsoft's E3 presentation revealing the Xbox One, expressing his excitement to bring Halo to life for TV.
For me, the Halo universe is an amazing opportunity to be at that intersection where technology and myth-making meet to produce something really groundbreaking.
A follow-up report from Variety revealed that the show, then officially titled Halo the Television Series, was going to have similar high-end production value like HBO's Game of Thrones, setting expectations space high for the show. Before we continue with the story behind the show, it's important to discuss the fate of the Halo movie. Originally, hot off the success of Halo Combat Evolved and its sequels, Microsoft's plan was to make a Halo film, and in 2005 they made an overly ambitious play to grab the attention of the big Hollywood studios. It's a story that now lives in infamy. Microsoft paid 28 Days Later writer Alex Garland $1 million to pen a Halo screenplay, and then copies of the script were sent to every major movie studio, except for Sony. To make a publicity stunt out of it, the screenplays were hand-delivered by couriers dressed in full Spartan armor, and the studios were given 24 hours to decide. Along with the script was a contract drafted up with Microsoft's agents at the Creative Artists Agency, offering a lopsided deal where Microsoft would be paid $10 million up front, retain all merchandising rights, receive 15% of ticket sales, be given approval over the cast and director, and be granted creative control over the film, which they dictated would receive a $75 million production budget. Plus, they wanted 60 first-class tickets to the premiere.
What else are you willing to sacrifice?
Everything.
Not surprisingly, many of the studios balked at Microsoft's excessive demands. In the end, Fox and Universal made a deal to make the movie together, with Fox distributing the movie to foreign box offices and Universal domestic. To make a long story short, the Halo movie never got made. Despite the involvement of filmmakers such as Lord of the Rings' Peter Jackson, District 9's Neil Blomkamp, and Hellboy's Guillermo del Toro, Microsoft's overbearing approach strained the production, and a year later in 2006, the project came to a screeching halt. In the following years, Microsoft learned its lesson and decided to try again with a TV show, this time deciding to play by the more traditional Hollywood rules instead of trying to create their own. They also realized it would be more fitting to explore Halo's vast lore over the course of a TV show rather than try to squeeze it into a 2-hour feature. Their confident E3 2013 announcement for a new Halo series, backed by a living legend in the entertainment industry, made it seem like everything was finally getting on track for the beloved video game franchise to get the adaptation it deserved. Unfortunately, things didn't exactly go as planned for Master Chief and company, and it would take 9 years for the Halo TV show to finally release.
Halo. It's finished.
No, I think we're just getting started.
Now, let's get back to what happened to the TV show and why it took so long to get made. In 2014, it was revealed that Showtime would air the Halo series, with Microsoft and game studio 343 Industries promising the show would debut in 2015. However, Variety reports that Showtime was struggling to adapt Halo's sprawling canon and effects-heavy action scenes, and the show languished in development as the creatives tried to crack it. These issues would eventually cause the network to realize that Halo was not the best fit for its channel full of grounded dramas, and in 2021, parent company Paramount Global moved it to Paramount Plus, where it would become a flashy flagship title for the fledgling streamer. Showtime co-president Gary Levine told Variety of the change, quote, "It was undeniably a potent piece of intellectual property, but it was far afield from anything we'd done. It wasn't until 2018 that new showrunner Kyle Killen of Fear Street finally solved the puzzle of how to bring Halo to the small screen with a compelling story. Halo players take control of Master Chief as they run and gun their way through the campaign, and the super soldier is essentially a blank slate where anyone can step into his shoes. Having a lead character with few defining traits may sound like an awful idea for a TV show, but Killen embraced it." The show starts with Master Chief, also known as Petty Officer John 117, completely desensitized with his humanity stripped away. He doesn't even have a sense of taste, all in order to make him a perfect killing machine. And as the story unfolds, we see his personality begin to develop and learn who he truly is. Kane told Variety, quote, "We're going to tell a story about a man discovering his own humanity. In doing so, he's invited the audience to discover that guy's humanity too." But despite this breakthrough, the show would suffer a series of setbacks due to changes in the creative team. Director Rupert Wyatt of Rise of the Planet of the Apes left the show in 2018, citing to Collider scheduling issues and a lack of creative control, and was replaced by Otto Bathurst. Killen departed the series in 2019 because he didn't want to be separated from his family for a long shoot in Budapest, and he was replaced as showrunner by Stephen Kane. Kane ended up putting in more time on the show than expected due to the coronavirus pandemic, which caused his 5 to 6 month stay in Hungary to last almost 2 years. During that time, Variety reports, Kane wrote around 265 drafts of the first 9 episodes, incorporating Halo's sweeping lore along with notes from 343 and Spielberg, who despite many delays remained involved in the project as executive producer. Eventually, production resumed and the filming was completed, with each of Halo's 9 Season 1 episodes costing upwards of $10 million. The show has already been renewed for Season 2. Now, after many years and over $90 million spent, the Halo series is set to debut on Paramount Plus, finally offering TV audiences a taste of everyone's favorite Space Marine.
Master Chief, huh?
Thanks for watching. For more on Halo, check out our review of the Halo Season 1 premiere and our in-depth look at how the show was made. And don't forget to follow and subscribe wherever you like to watch IGN.